Hey guys, my name's Jack, and in the first half of 2019, I was thinking a lot about personal finance, personal change, and that led me to discovering and looking more into the 80-20 rule. And as I was doing that, I saw all over the place articles talking about how we wear 20% of our clothes 80% of the time. And I had one of those moments where I said, there is no way that this is true. Not a hope in the world that I wear 20% of my clothes 80% of the time. I thought it was ridiculous. So I looked for some data, some evidence to prove that this claim was true. I didn't find any. So I said, why not? Let's test it on myself and track what I wear every single day for a full year to see if I wear 20% of my clothes 80% of the time. And that was 9 months ago, and I'm still doing it. So let's find out, do I in fact wear 20% of my clothes 80% of the time? But first, what is this 80-20 rule? Well, it's also known by the Pareto principle, and as you can imagine, a guy by the name of Wilfred Pareto kind of discovered this idea back in the late 1800s when he noticed that about 80% of Italy's land was controlled and owned by 20% of the population. And lo and behold, this 80-20 idea pops up everywhere. If you work in sales, you might notice that 80% of your sales come from 20% of your clients. Or even here on YouTube, you might see that 80% of the views come from 20% of the videos. Okay, so you got the background, you know a little bit more about the Pareto principle, and here we are at my actual closet. I'm not hiding anything. And what did I do? Well, I took everything I own, every t-shirt, every underpants, and I threw it into an Excel spreadsheet. I itemized it all, made little categories, and added some formulas into my table so that every time I put an X into my formula, it would automatically tabulate what my 80-20 number was at any given moment. And there was a little bit of work up front, but after that, all I do is every single day put an X on the item that I happen to be wearing, and that's it. I know what my 80-20 number is. Now, after 9 months of doing this, I have discovered that in my personal wardrobe, I wear 20% of my clothes 60.39% of the time. So I have a 60-20 number, not an 80-20 number. Now, remembering the 80-20 rule and the Pareto principle, the idea behind it is that things are not always distributed evenly. And I'm discovering that within my own wardrobe, as relatively small as it is, even my clothes usage is not distributed evenly. I wear the same 18 things the majority of the time. So does that mean that the other 40% of my wardrobe is totally useless and I should throw it in the garbage? No, of course not. That would be ridiculous. What it does mean is that I actually only need a small amount of clothes for my everyday usage, and I already have everything that I need, which means I don't need to go out and get more. Now again, I have a relatively small wardrobe. Imagine you have 200 items in your wardrobe, or 300 or 400 or whatever it may be. Odds are you have stacks of clothes that are not being used on a regular frequency. And with that, there's an opportunity for you to declutter your closet, declutter your life, maybe donate some of that clothes to people who actually do need it on a more regular basis. And it might just be an opportunity to realize that you don't need to go out and buy some more clothes because you already have what you need. So all of this experimenting is a bit of fun to see what my personal wardrobe 80-20 number looks like. If you're curious to know what yours is, I'd encourage you to do this experiment too. I have a free template on my website that you can download and start your own experiment. And I also have more graphs and charts and data and other things that you can see on my website. I'll put a link to it down below. I'm going to be doing this for a full year, so I still got 3 more months to go. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get those updates as I publish them. And I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.